Yo, Jits. I've seen this video going around. It's fat versus fit, or fit versus fat, middle ground. I've seen this going around a lot lately, around the web, and I feel like this is right up my alley. Like I said, I've watched some of it. I like it. This is just a crazy thing to me because I really don't get why you would advocate for being fat. It's just, there's literally zero upside to it. Not any upside. So, cut still valid? I think so. Mo got me looking right. Yeah, alright. Shit, man, let's just get into it. I'm gonna break this up into probably a little bit of, I don't know, maybe, they're probably just rambling on, so I guess I'll just see when I want to cut it out, just to stop. Let's get into it!
Do you think just being in a fat body and being in the public space encourages obesity?
Yes! Valid.
Shame is what led me to an eating disorder.
Whose fault is that,
what
though?
we're looking
Probably
for
not.
is
Whose fault is that?
stability.
That's your fault.
It's
See, the
an
problem is that you're a
amalgamation.
professional victim.
Would you agree, like, looking at his...
I mean, kind of, but also, like, well, it depends how you shame. You know, because, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't personally, if someone kept coming up to me and saying, damn, bro, your gut is looking kind of yuck, I'd be like, oh, shit, I'm fat, I need to get, you know? I don't know how you get, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out from this guy.
No.
I think
He's definitely overweight, definitely obese.
I mean, I guess. Which one? This guy? He's not obese. He's objectively, he's not obese. He could be. He's chunky. He's chunky, but that's literally that's not obese. Obese is defined by your BMI, and I don't think his BMI is high enough to. Shut your dumb ass up, computer. He's just objectively not obese, so that's cool. That guy was wrong.
My name's John. I host the Radical Empathy podcast. I used to direct episodes of Middle Ground, but I'll now be moderating today's discussion between
I
Jack
remember
Quinn
you,
and
John.
Fatman. Our first prompt is,
I remember John.
I have felt disgusted looking at a fat body.
Who hasn't?
Can our agreeers please step forward?
Who hasn't? I have. Why are you out there? Oh, well, I mean, maybe he feels disgusted at himself. Could be.
Feels compelled to start us off.
Well, it's unacceptable to be fat.
Okay. That's a great start. I mean, I know why you say that, but it's one of those things where, do you know why you're saying that?
Yes, because I've been fat before and I lost the weight.
Well, me too. I've been fat my whole life. I've been way skinnier than I am now, and I've been way heavier than I am now. Was I less valuable at one point in there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yes.
you can make-
Yes. Objective. Yeah. Yeah. You're less attractive to females, and you're less likely to procreate and make good children, which is, you know, the purpose of humans and society. You know, if you were good looking and you got with a good looking woman, then your baby, as a result, would have better genes, right? And because we've seen there's studies to back this up, right? A lot of the time, children's weight is linked to their mother, not their father, but their mother. So your father, a lot of people have fat fathers, but we see this because the moms are typically in charge of the children's diets, and if the mom doesn't have a good grasp on health, their kid is not, and they're just gonna feed their kid a bunch of crap, and then see, you get fat mom, fat kid, voila. So yeah, you would be less you'd be less valuable, less. Yeah.
An argument that you're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, in general,
I didn't even think about that, but
being fat is unacceptable because you control every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth.
Okay.
It shows a lack of discipline, it shows a lack of character, it shows a lack of temperance, and when you're fat, it's an outward manifestation of your inadequacies.
When I see somebody who's 500 or 600 pounds, all I can think of is, why do they care so little about their health that they can do this, allow themselves to gain that much weight, knowing it's taken 20, 30, 40 years off their life? I just can't imagine not wanting to live that badly.
Yeah. I understand that. No, it's I've definitely.
Oh, he is more fat. Okay, he is fatter than I thought, but he's not obese.
Disgusted looking at my own body.
Yeah,
and looking
I knew it. I knew that was gonna be one of their answers.
Other fat bodies in my life. A lot of the disgust I felt looking at people was me feeling disgusted with myself.
See, right now I feel gross looking at this guy, the black guy, not because he's black. But look at just how his shoulders, his back, everything's just spilling out. His jeans, those jeans are skinny jeans for him. That's crazy. I just
and then
it just
projecting
makes me
that feeling,
go freaking pump some iron, you know?
Onto other people, and I don't think anyone on either side will disagree that health is important. I know that my own
there's people.
Mental health was way worse when I was spending every fixate of my life trying to get smaller and trying to be thinner.
I don't think there's anyone that can look at somebody 500, 600, 700 pounds and not think, wow, what have they done? And not be disgusted. Like, how can you not? I just can't understand.
You can't
nobody
assume that everyone has the same opinion, though, because unfortunately, some people have emotional stuff that happened, happened, so you can't discount and just say, because they're fat.
Fat!
There's way worse stuff going out in the world versus people saying, oh my God, I'm sad, I'm gonna eat some ice cream. It's like, no, dude, it's like, you're fat, you made that decision, you live in the best country ever. If you live in a civilized first world country where you have electricity, internet power, etc., you deserve to be bullied. It's ridiculous to me that we have all these fat people running around. Meanwhile, people are being bombed in Gaza. It's ridiculous. We are so privileged here in the United States and in the West in general. When I see a fat person, I'm like, wow, you got the gift of life. You got the gift of being in a developed country, and you're a fat POS talking about body positivity on TikTok? What the hell is going on
But now
here?
you're segmenting.
True.
Not everyone thinks like that.
No, we need to bring shaming back.
Okay.
We need to bring shaming back in so many other regards besides obesity. We need to do it with sluts. We need to shame fat people.
Yes. Okay. Hear him out. He's right.
To shame everybody when they fuck up. Because
Yes,
shame,
100%. 100%. There's a lot of bad behavior that gets excused right now, and it's worsening the country.
shame has been one of the strongest defenses against degeneracy and human fuck-ups.
You had a personal experience you wanted to share. You said you used to be overweight. Now you're not.
Oh yeah. So I did an experiment back in like 2015 where I like bulked for like almost 2 years, and I got up to like 250 pounds, and then I dieted down. It took me about 7 months. I systematically did it, controlled my calories, tracked my macros, tracked my protein, carbs, fats, and systematically lost 1 to 2 pounds per week.
So you chose to gain up to 250.
Yeah,
you were
so
naturally
I've been in all
beforehand.
spectrums. Like I'm naturally skinny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get fat as an experiment.
Yeah.
Did it, and then I was like, all right, now I'm gonna lose the weight. And then all I did was just track my calories, I ate the same food every single day.
Yeah.
Went to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and everything was controlled, and it got done. Was it monotonous? Of course. Was it boring?
No,
Of
yeah,
course.
I agree with you there. I am naturally this way. This is with working out 4 or 5 times
That's
a week.
not true.
This is 100% true, bro.
Nah, bro.
No,
Come to the gym with
it's
me.
not.
This is me
It's not
working out.
natural at all, because at the end of the day, if you don't lose weight, by definition, you're not in a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, then you're gonna either maintain or gain weight, and that's the problem. Is that people don't track their calories.
And that's true, but people burn.
Well, yeah, no, that's not true. Okay. So people do burn calories differently, right? Their metabolism, it's just how it is. A lot of people, there's people who have different metabolisms and burn weight differently. However, that's not to say, okay, so yeah, if you were just living your natural life, like I can agree. There's people, right? But this just means I'll have to work harder. But like, I eat 1 to maybe 2 times a day. There's other things like because of like I tweaked my back and my posture has been bad for my whole life that I've had man boobs. So if I fix my posture and stuff, and then I think things will go away. But that just means I have to work harder. But naturally, sorry, that was kind of a ramble. But naturally, yeah, people do. But it just means they have to work harder. You can eat the proper amount of calories and still hold weight differently. He obviously, this white dude, he obviously is the least fat of them all. I'll agree with that is natural. These other guys, absolutely not. They're probably intaking 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. The other guys in the back who haven't come, more, 5,000. Gotta be. There's no way it's not. So.
At their resting metabolic rate, a different set of calories.
Doesn't matter.
Let's not get too granular right now. Ragini,
It matters, but that's not an excuse. Right? It's not an excuse. You can still work in
gonna be one of
be in a deficit.
those episodes, right? Let's bring in the disagreeers and hear from them.
Oh, ads. What?
Opinion though, because
What? No. We're
I'm disgusted. Like,
nice. We skipped the ad.
I guess the reason I
Yes,
disagreed,
sir.
especially when I heard the statement, I don't think I'll ever look at somebody based on their situation and think that I'm disgusted. Like, if I see somebody that's
Good, you can't be because you're clearly on trend. You're juiced up, so you can't. Both of you guys are. Myron could be too.
drug addict on the street that's homeless, I'm not disgusted by that. If I see somebody that's incredibly overweight, I'm not disgusted by that. Do I think that there's an opportunity for growth? Do I think they've been put in a disadvantageous position that's probably...
See, I did it again. It happened again.
It makes it harder for them. Absolutely. I think I'm kind of an empath, so when I see somebody, I know that there's things underlying, and one of my best friends is 400 plus pounds. I've helped him lose 150, 200 pounds. He's gained it back. And I don't look at him and say, I'm disgusted, but I know how bad he wants it. And just seeing how hard he tries and then reverts, it's almost more tough for me than to be like, oh, that's disgusting, you know? And I think there's plenty of people that look at me and say, that's disgusting. I never want to look like that. So like, I know what it feels like on the other side to like look the way I do and get people look at me like, ugh, that's gross to like have that muscle. And to go back to that point, like you came from a fit place and like deciding to bulk, like that's a conscientious decision to gain weight. Like you already have those habit routines and skills in order to stay in shape, and then you use those same skills you had to pull back on the calories and knowledge you had.
The reason why I use that example is that you can get fat and lose the weight if you know what you're doing and you have the knowledge and everything else like that. It's just about consistency over time. So it's like, I look at it like...
let me cut you off, because here's one thing that you just said.
Yeah.
You had the tools.
So do you! Everyone does. Everyone has the tools to not eat. What do you mean? Everyone does. You have internet, don't you? I know damn well you do. I know you got internet. You can see workouts. You can see how to diet. You can see diets don't really work. You got to do calorie deficit, and you got to do carb cycling. I think carb cycling is the most effective way to lose weight. You do too, bruh.
Don't have the tools that you've passed judgment on.
Shut up! Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Have
it pisses me off.
Failed to realize that with the tools, people are very much capable of achieving amazing things. But
okay, let's talk about set
no,
tools.
No, hold on, I'm not done.
Why you cut me off?
Oh, hold on.
And I stood over there and I listened to you, and I was like, it's a ton of bullshit too.
Oh, sure.
But we're gonna address this. You are passing judgment on people who lack the tools to do what it is that they need to do to get themselves to a certain point.
What tools do you need? What tools could you possibly need that you don't have? You have the floor, right? You can start by doing push-ups. You have and sit-ups and anything. You can start doing body weight. You can do. It's gonna be a lot tougher, You know, going to a gym is easier to start. But what the fuck? All right, let's hear him out. Let him.
Health. There are multitudes of factors that weighs into what goes on with somebody's body. There are people that, even if they work out, losing the weight does not come as simple as just going to the gym, cutting calories, watching everything.
No, it does. It literally does. It does. It's proven. It's proven. Just going to the gym alone will not. Correct. Weightlifting is much better at getting you in shape and increasing your metabolism than just strictly cardio, so I wouldn't recommend that. But if you do Stairmaster plus weightlifting, you're set. You're set. Plus counting your calories. See, he says this, but I know damn well he doesn't count his calories. If his calories were 2,000 or under, he'd be chilling.
That you eat. There are some people that have a disposition. I have a disposition. Weight does not come as simple as just going to the gym, cutting calories, watching everything that you eat. There are some people that have a disposition. I have a disposition. But does that mean that I'm not active? Does that mean that I'm not doing certain things?
Yes, you are not. I can guarantee you are not active.
Doesn't. But you're passing judgment on somebody's body that you know nothing.
You did not get like that by just having a disposition. No, you didn't.
About. Now, on the flip side, what if I turned around and I did the same thing to you? You're talking about how fit and stuff that you are, but you're over there and you're smallest compared to these other guys.
Okay, well, they're also just not natty.
So how does that feel if someone comes? No, because you said shame, right?
That's a little,
you said shame, right?
Yeah.
So how does that feel if someone comes up and they start shaming you for size? Like, come on, it goes both ways.
We're just in the first prompt. We gotta be
Hey, let him respond!
About targeting each other too directly.
Let him
No,
respond.
I mean, I'm not offended. It's fine. He's emotional.
No, it goes
and that's
in
fine.
every direction.
He's obviously very triggered.
Oh,
but
I'm
yeah,
not
so let's talk about.
You
Let's
are.
hit the first part.
That was yes, you are. It was a triggering statement for you. That's okay.
Tools. What are the tools? The tools are simply knowledge, which you can get for free on the internet.
Yeah.
If you have the ability and the discipline to go out there and get the knowledge, then you're going to lose weight. It's just that simple. It's just that people want to always make excuses for why. Oh, my feelings. Oh, I don't know what. You don't know what people are going through. Blah blah blah. No. You can watch your calories. You can go to the gym. You have time to do it. People just like to make excuses.
I don't think anyone's debating that weight loss is impossible here. I think the question is, why do you hate fat people, that you feel the disgust towards it?
Well, like I said before, it's a culmination of a bunch of bad decisions. I'm not going to go ahead and give the same level of respect to someone who's a fat ass to someone that has worked really hard and diligently on their physique, because your body's outward manifestations
There's more
of decisions,
factors to
your
a human
consistency.
being than their body.
Well, you could judge a lot just off of someone's physique. You'd be like, okay, well, this guy is
Not just their physique, but also how well they're trimmed, how well how well they take their clothing, clothing, trimming, how their hygiene. A lot of things you can tell about a person just by their outside, and you can say, hey, don't judge a book by its cover, but everyone does. Everyone does. If you see a handsome guy, you judge them
lazy, and that's personified through their physique. It's the truth.
Abe, I saw you wanted to say something.
Just to take it back to the prompt, I think we just kind of went all over the place there.
Yeah.
Notice how all these fat people are zesty. Well, not all of them. Two of them are zesty as
Seen on the word disgust.
Just the word disgust. I mean, I would never look at someone and show disgust towards them. I mean,
are you better for that? You think you're cooler? You think you're
I think I would respect, like you said. I mean, you don't respect everyone, like you said, but I think
respect is earned.
It is earned, but I mean, I think at a humane level, we can learn to appreciate each other's differences.
Yeah, I don't know if like disgust would be the right word, right?
I know.
Greg mentioned some health implications with being overweight or obese.
Yeah.
I think being concerned might be a better.
That's the word I was going to go for.
Word,
like I can show concern for someone for the way that they are, but I would never look at someone and say like, you're disgusting.
But
I would if you got boogers coming down your nose. I'd say you're disgusting. If you're whoring out, I would say you're disgusting. If you're fat, like really fat, I would be grossed. Because, and I'm talking like really fat. Like there's a difference, there's a difference between like chunky, but like they're muscular, but also chunky, but like, like it's not like you can just see like when you can just see the rolls and the rolls and the rolls, like 2 or 3 of these people, you're like, eh.
If you see somebody who's extremely anorexic, they're 50 pounds, you look at them in the mirror.
Don't say anorexic, because that's like actually, just because they're skinny does not mean anorexic. They could be anorexic, but it's not the same thing.
Shock. Oh my God! Like something happens in your body you can't control. You can't stop that. Like how can you not? It's not. I don't hate them.
That's different.
It's just wow. Oh my God! It's like it's disgusting. Like holy goodness gracious!
Why
That's a shock factor,
would you use
though.
the word
That's
disgusting?
not
Right?
disgusting.
So you.
Why would you use the word disgusting? Right?
You just mentioned the polar opposite of what we are, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But why would you look at them and be disgusted versus concerned? That is a very specific word, and it has...
Because it's the word that they gave. And also, it's a body... Being disgusted is a body reflex, right? You don't purposely go... You can't purposely go... It's a natural reflex, and it's based off of your baseline, right? Disgust is built off of someone's baseline, right? If there's someone living in, like, let's take Asmongold for a second, right? His room is filthy. My room is bad, but it's literally like heaven comparatively, right? He wouldn't see the same disgust that other people would because their baseline is different, right? He's used to it, so he's like, man, you guys are used to seeing fat people because you are fat and you're used to it, and so it doesn't bother you so much. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Like, it's the same thing as if you get desensitized to, let's say, porn or death, right? If you're not exposed to it as much, you're gonna be, whoa, what the hell? Like, whoa, that's a lot. That's really, like, it's really intense of a feeling. You're like, whoa. Or yeah, you could get, you'd be super bricked up, seeing some boobies for the first time in a while. But if you see them all the time, your brain gets used to it. Your brain gets desensitized, it doesn't matter as much. And then so it's about baseline, and so it's not, someone doesn't do it on purpose. Someone's not purposely, and they can't control that and go, dummy. I'm kind of spitting today. What you know about that, huh?
Connotation.
Oh, by the way, I'm not streaming right now, but I probably will be later, so go hit that. Go follow. Go follow The Kick. We're gonna be hanging out, playing some spooky stuff. I hate everything. No, I don't.
Behind it, and when it's used, it's somewhat weaponized as well.
I don't think we can help how we feel. I don't think I can choose like, oh, I just am not. It would be sitting here and lying. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm always going to be honest with people. I'm disgusted. This is just how I feel.
The thing is, when you see a fat person, the reason why it's disgusting and the reason why there's so much pushback on this whole body positivity, and people make fun of Lizzo, rightfully so, by the way, is because it's unattractive, it's unhealthy. Until we had this woke era, they used to put like models and attractive people on the cover of magazines that were in shape. Why? So that people can aspire to look like that. And it's healthy and it looks better in general. You look good, feel good. But when you're fat, it says a lot about you. People aren't gonna sit there and be like, let me see if he's a good person. No, they're just gonna assume that you're lazy, which you are, by the way, when you're fat, and you don't have discipline, which you are, by the way. So they're just gonna assume off of what they see. That's the world that we live in.
I love how you stated a ton of assumptions. You didn't state
What do you mean? All right, well, I gotta stop
one
pausing.
fact. You just stated assumptions.
I want.
What?
You didn't state not one fact. You just stated assumptions.
I want to move on to the next prompt. But
What facts do you have? You haven't brought any up either. What do you mean? There was no. What facts is someone supposed to bring up for feeling some type of way? Well, okay. Depends on the situation. But like for a bodily reflex, so what facts was he supposed to just whip out? There was no spot for that.
definitely.
Can I say one thing? Just one question.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you knew he used to be 600 pounds, and how much you weigh now?
I'm 384.
And now he's 384. Do you see him as less disgusting knowing he's lost 220 pounds?
No, that's fantastic.
I
but
think yes.
There's still
Less.
work to be done. But here's the thing, like I said before, unfortunately, human beings judge a book by its cover. It's just the world that we live in. Fat people that identify as 97 genders, whatever, they expect us to change our worldview for them, and that's just not how the world works. Like it's been that way. It's always going to be that way.
Worldview? That's
All right,
I think what I don't get.
It's just the world that we're in.
reset.
Like people are gonna,
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, my bad.
Now let's reset. Jacked men are more attractive than fat men.
Yes.
Will the
Easily.
agreeers please step forward?
Hey, he's kind of. Yeah, no, I'm not gay, but he's in good shape, man.
Are more
He's doing well. What's his name?
attractive than
forget.
fat men? Will the agreeers please step forward?
Those pants are a little too tight, though. Not gonna
How come
lie.
there's 4 guys over there? All right, so we're living in a bizarro world.
What?
How come there's 4 guys over there? All right, so we're living in a bizarro world where people don't see the truth. Like, how is it possible that they're thinking, no, being obese and unhealthy is more attractive than being fit and healthy? How is this possible?
Actually, you know what? This is precisely why a majority of women find a majority of men as unattractive. Because a lot of guys think this way, oh, I just be a nice guy and girls are gonna like me. No, they're not. She's not gonna suck your dick with the same veracity when you're a fat as when you're in shape. She's just not. See, people don't understand that women are aroused by one thing and they're attracted by another thing. Women are attracted to, a guy that's confident, ambitious, makes money, etc. Of course, right? But they're aroused by guys that have asshole tendencies, dark triad traits, etc., and guys that are physically in shape. So if you want to get the best of your woman, where she respects and admires you, while simultaneously being aroused by you so she doesn't cheat on you, you need to have it all.
You're saying that's true for all women?
A staggering majority of women.
There might be 1%.
Yeah, it's biological. Yeah, of course.
The world that there's something wrong with them that might think that, yeah, you're 600 pounds, it's so hot, I love that, but.
The hot girls that you actually want, they exercise their hypergamy to the highest degree, and they want guys that are fit and have their money together, have their life together.
You're looking at me like you want to say something.
Yeah, because the question was, are jacked men more attractive? We all walked over. Are we more attracted to jacked men?
Well, I'm assuming they framed that because we're all guys here they mean women.
Well, men can be attracted to men.
If I had to
we're just
switch
saying.
teams, I'm going with the Jack guy.
Obviously, this is going to be like personal bias. I think attraction is very fluid in the sense that I can 100% admit, like, there was probably 40 pounds of muscle ago is when most women would be like attracted to me. Of course, like fitness girls, they're totally okay with the size I am, but like probably most girls I'm like too much for. So I guess like where do we draw that line of like, I think for example like you would be much more attractive to most women than me. Would you agree with that?
I mean, that doesn't mean that like if you walked up to a girl and let's say you're not her, like you're a little bit more muscular than she would like, if you have the charm and charisma, she gonna still go with you, man. It don't matter. Like,
I have an interesting point. Yeah. And no shade on you, but I think if you had Zach right you're on the end.
Yep.
If you put Zach and Greg and you put them next to each other and you did a poll, I think that most women would probably pick him if you had to like, because he's got the height and all that. What would you guys say to that?
No.
No? No. Well, we can put it to the test.
Who's Greg?
He's a lot younger than me. He's about a foot taller than me, but you can't compare. I'm an old man. I'm 48 years old.
Obviously, height is a big component. So that so it's not you're comparing apples to oranges. But if you take the same guy, same height, etc., but one guy is fat, one guy's in good shape, she's always going to go with the guy that's in better shape.
Because I've been so surprised.
That's not always the case.
See on Instagram, there'll be like guys doing like an outfit try on, like not in shape in the slightest bit. And all the comments are women like, I wish like men knew this is how we wish they looked, and like, oh, this is like the dream.
They're liars,
media.
man. Liars for
To look good,
one thing
for
about
clout.
you can never believe what women say, man. You
Correct.
You believe how they behave, not what they say.
That's a different episode.
That's all right, bring it on in.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You gotta go
I
based off
disagree
of
mostly just with
actions.
the blanket statement because attraction is so subjective. I am
No,
a,
we're talking objectives here. Objective realities.
big and tall model by trade. That's what I do. I model clothing brands. I've modeled with major fashion houses. I've been on the covers of magazines. You mentioned before dad bod comments and whatnot on social media. I was flabbergasted when I started how many people were commenting and DMing me and talking about how attractive I was. That it just kind of, I don't know, showed me that attraction is a lot more subjective than I thought, and people have a much wider range of what they find attractive than specifically a body type.
Okay, yes, but if you were not chiseled, but if you were a little bit more, then yeah, you would have a lot more people attracted to you.
Is being jacked the most important trait for being attractive? I'd argue for guys, it'd probably be otherwise, right? I think height would be a very
money, height, fame, like what can you bring to the table?
The number one thing is status. By far, status.
People also go after what they think they can get. So if this guy is 6'5" and extremely attractive, and it's like, well, I can't get that guy. I'm attracted to the 10 on 10 supermodel, but I'm not going to get her, so I'll be happy with the 9.9 on 10.
Just to be clear, are we speaking about women being attracted to men?
It's not just about women. It's just about attraction. What is the most attractive, in your opinion, physique for a man?
Okay, I'm speaking from like what women find attractive. So when I speak, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm sexually fluid. So
We know. You didn't have to point that out. We all knew. That was the easiest thing. You could just look at the necklace, look at your weight, and look at your earrings. We know.
my law of attraction does not adhere to anyone's standards, pretty much. I'm attracted
You're so
to
cool. You're so... Oh, go, sis. Yes, sir.
people in general. So you could be jacked, you could be more plus size, you could be skinny, you could be whatever it is that you are. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you.
What are the traits you find most attractive?
I think the way that you carry yourself is a really big thing for me. I can't date someone who lacks confidence because I feel like that seeps into other aspects of your life.
Do you mind if
That's so sad, because, bro, like, you have... this guy has good...
Because I feel like that seeps in...
features, like his eyes. He could be... You can see where the fat comes and like when I do this. You can see where his face and his jaw, like if he slimmed, this would be a solid looking dude. But he's not because he's fat as fuck.
Other aspects of your life.
Do you mind if I jump in on the confidence thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So growing up, wasn't too confident in myself, and I gained that confidence when I started losing weight. And I noticed it was me putting myself in positions to get more opportunities with women. Right now, I'm single right now, but I'm doing okay. But the confidence came from me losing weight. So
yeah, so why wouldn't you want to be? Why wouldn't you want to be like the best?
Do agree that it's a subjective kind of standpoint, but socially, I understand that physically fit men, that's just like what everyone's liking. It's like
I don't think it's as subjective as guys are trying to say. Attraction isn't a choice, and there are hardwired traits that women look for in men. And what I've come to realize is that what women put out there is what they find attractive or politically correct things. Oh, he has a dad bod. He's nice. He's a good guy. The reality is that women don't respond well and favorably to these men. There's a reason why nice guys finish last is a thing. It's because when you're too nice and you kind of bend to her will, etc., girls aren't aroused by that. Girls don't want to say what they're really aroused by. Guys that are able to stand up to them, guys that are able to tell them, well, that was a stupid comment, or hold them accountable for their stupidity when they do dumb things. This is what women find attractive because these are leadership traits.
Have any of those things happened to you, though?
Well, I mean, I've talked to
Oh, you got kind of cooked. You kind of got cooked.
3,000 women. And what I've come to realize from talking to all of them is that most of the time, you know, when they're in a comment section of TikTok, like, you're so handsome, blah, 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 will they actually go on a date and have sex with that guy? Probably not. But they say that because it's politically correct, and women tend to not want to be adversarial. They're going to say what sounds good, but what they're actually aroused by are two different things.
But they're married to those guys.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was
Most
getting to.
often they're married to
married.
And
to
marriage is a failed institution in the West, and this is why most men get divorced by women. This is why they get destroyed in the divorce courts. This is why.
I mean, but they're married. Depends when in the marriage, though, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It depends in the marriage, right? If they're like they just got married or they're older, and you know the guy, you know, he kind of let himself go. It depends. It depends.
Why women overwhelmingly initiate the divorce rates in America. 80% are initiated by women, because we sit here and we lie and we believe what women say they're actually attracted to. No,
well,
they're not attracted
let's
to
go back to attraction for a second, though, because I'm married.
Sure.
I have a child.
Cool.
I have a beautiful wife. Mm-hmm. I was this size the entire process through it.
Okay.
Would you say that you're an average guy?
I would say that
You're
I'm
how
bigger
tall?
than average.
6'5",
you're not an average guy.
and a model
You're not an average
for
guy.
being slightly
I
overweight.
wasn't a model when I started
But
dating
you are
my
a very
wife.
good-looking, tall,
I was a
big
bartender
guy
fucking
who's
doing
on
whatever.
magazine covers. So
But
out
I
of
know,
the
I
million
think
guys overweight, you're at the
you're not
top
an average guy.
But I
1%.
think what you're missing is he just said that he wasn't any of those things.
He's not 5'6",
before
man, like
he
me.
met his
Try
wife.
being 5'6" and doing it.
No, I totally agree with you. Well, that's what I was gonna actually agree with Myron for a second. Believe it or not, we're talking about. You mentioned status, and then a lot of people other mentioned confidence. So you even put it in your own pecking order ahead of being jacked or being physically attractive. Wouldn't you say that matters more? Confidence, how you carry yourself, how you do it?
I mean, the prompt was simply: is it either you're jacked or
I'm not
what's
gonna
more
argue
attractive?
the fact that.
All right, they're kind of just fucking rambling on. Let me see what. Yes, it is. The bottom positivity movement is problematic. All right, let me stop now, and then I'll start again. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna do a part 2 of this. If you want to join, come on in. I'm gonna trim this up a little bit because towards the end, the second half, there was definitely, whatever, I'm gonna split these things up into parts. Let's do it. Peace.